Last year I did a video and the title was Keto Made Me Fat. Now, this video was very controversial to many people. I received a lot of backlash, a lot of hate, and basically people were saying it was my fault that I was gaining weight on keto and not the products. But today I just found out that indeed keto is making you fat. So if you're on keto or anything along those lines and you're following net carbs and counting sugar alcohols and the scale is not even moving or maybe it's rising, it's definitely what you're eating. Nutrition labels are lying to you, while sugar alcohols are complete garbage. Even though the label says it's keto, it's still processed and it still should not be consumed. Let's talk about this. Let's jump into this. And maybe you are entitled to a piece of a class action lawsuit. Let's talk about this, guys. Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Danielle. This is Daniela Diaries. If you guys are new here, hey, how are you? Here we are inspiring to inspire you, me, everyone to be the very best version of yourself. Basically to embrace self-acceptance, self-love, and just be an overall baddie, okay? And if that's something that you can get down with, that's something that you are striving to do, you have found the perfect place. So I would encourage you to please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and join our little corner of the internet. It is a safe place and all are welcome here. So if you guys have been with me for a while and you've been riding with me for a minute, I appreciate you. I love you all so much. You already know we're real friends, so thank you for sticking with me. If you guys have been here long enough, then you would have known that basically my claim to my little corner of internet fame was keto, right? That was kind of my bread and butter for the internet world. And I made a lot of keto content. About a year ago, I had this epiphany on getting fat on keto. Like, I was like many of you where keto was really great when I first started it many years ago, and it worked really well until it didn't. I talk about this a lot on Instagram. If you guys are on Instagram, you can always follow me. Everything is down below at Daniela_Diaries. I would love for you to follow along. But I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, what my thoughts are on why keto was failing so many of you. But this is what I want to talk about. So I was actually messaged by my friend Dory. Shout out to my girl Dory. And she was like, Danielle, look at what came up today. Let me see. SlimFast class action claims company misleads consumers about calories in keto fat bomb products. It kind of goes on to say, I'll leave this link down below. It says SlimFast misleads consumers about the amount of calories in its keto fat bomb, chocolate snack cups, ketogenic snack gels, and a new class action lawsuit alleges that keto fat bomb products with zero added sugar or zero sugar to deceive consumers about their actual calorie content. Brand claims further that since the products do not meet regulatory definitions of being low calorie, SlimFlats is required by federal regulation to include a disclaimer acknowledging they are not meant for weight control. The failure to include this disclaimer makes the label's claim false, deceptive, and inaccurate or misleading. The brand claims that the 6-ounce serving of keto fat bomb chocolate snack cups is around 90 calories, more than a Reese's peanut butter cup of the same size. In addition, the brand argues SlimFast also sells keto fat bomb shot ketogenic snack gels, which are labeled zero sugar. Each but still contain about 100 calories per 1-ounce serving. SlimFast markets Keto's fat bombs products to make them appear to be low calorie and capitalize on the current customer craze for foods that are high in protein and low in carbohydrates. So basically they're saying that it was a gimmick, much like all the other keto treats that you're seeing on the shelves right now. But contrary to common sense consumers' expectations, these snack cups are far from low calories. Far from low calories. Doesn't matter if it's low carb or not, it's still not low in calories, and it's all about calories, calorie out. I don't care what Dr. So-and-so said on YouTube. Brands claim she and other consumers relied on SlimFlats marketing claims when purchasing the keto fat bombs, which she turned out to be inadequate products sold under false pretenses. Anyways, if you guys bought those, you probably should try to jump on that class action lawsuit and get yourself a little shmoney. I didn't hear about this until somebody sent it to me. So basically what it's saying is that the labels are lying to you. Right? A lot of people are really, giving all of their all to these sugar alcohols and soluble and insoluble fiber and net carbs. Guys, get rid of the net carbs. I'm way past keto at this point. I haven't been keto in, what month? 5 months maybe. And I can honestly tell you, I've went from having, you know, about total carbs, about 50 total carbs per day to, you know, 250 total carbs per day. And I have not gained a pound. If in actuality, if you guys haven't been bared witness to my transformation in these last few months, go back and see. You can actually see just the weight just dropping off of me as I've been incorporating carbs. Now, I want to say this. I don't think keto is bad, okay? I think people will just get this thing where I'm like, keto is horrible. It's not what I'm saying. I think keto is super beneficial to those who need it for medical reasons. But, as I said earlier, keto works until it doesn't. I am willing to bet dimes to donuts that there is going to be a study, because keto is super popular, right? A lot of people use keto as a crash diet where they're like, hey, summers, we got 33 days until summer. I don't know what the exact number is, but you know, so I'm going to do keto for 30 days so I can lose the weight and be bikini body ready or whatever it is. Garbage. Don't do that. Okay. Anything that's quick is not sustainable. Okay. If you're thinking you're going to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, and 60 days out, you're going to be up 35 pounds. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. Okay. Sustainability is key to success and consistency. So I've learned that the hard way, and I'm going to tell you what, these yo-yo dieting, I don't care what YouTuber you're following, even if it was myself previously, the up and downs is so bad on your metabolism, and it's going to take so long to repair it that sometimes the damage, I feel like, is never going to be repaired, to be honest. But I feel like keto, I was actually talking about this on Instagram Live right now, so if you guys were in that chat, you already know where this is going. But I think that keto is super beneficial to people who are hypertensive, diabetic, PCOS. Some people use it for fibromyalgia. Like, there's different reasons. Neuro patients use it. There's a lot of specific people who use this for specific reasons to improve their overall health, not weight loss. Health, okay? Because a lot of people have health ailments, and unfortunately, you know, carbs and sugar are the bad guy to them, okay? And that's because they have specific health needs. But for the other half of the population who have no underlying health issues, carbs aren't the bad guy. It's your lack of moderation and lack of consistency that is the bad guy. So if you think that, you know, by counting all these sugar alcohols and still eating, you know, 5 or 6 fat bombs, but you're counting only, you know, you're not considering calories in, calories out, and you're only counting, you know, trying to stay below that 20 net carb rule or whatever it is. And in reality, you're probably eating 300 total carbs or something like that, but you're counting in all the sugar alcohols. It's really going to be, you're not going to see a benefit. You know, I do see a lot of people, and you'll hear this story consistently, right? People will say, I was on keto and I first started it and I lost 30 pounds, or I hit goal weight within 3 months, and then I kind of went off track and I gained some of my weight back, and then I went back on it and I still can't lose the weight. Why isn't it working for me? I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what, eventually there's going to be people out there. Maybe it is metabolic adaptation. Maybe it's just because it works, and then you damage your body so much that it just doesn't want to hear it anymore with keto. I don't know the science behind it. I'm not pretending to be a doctor or to know everything, but I can say this. It works until it doesn't. I know this because it worked for me until it didn't. And then I did nothing but either stay the same weight, or plus or minus the same 15, 20 pounds. And here's the thing. I get a lot of messages from people too, who will say, you know, I'm still keto, but I try to add in extra carbs and I've gained, you know, a couple pounds. That might happen. You might bloat if you don't eat any leafy greens, and then, you know, you have like 3 big salads in a row, and you might, you know, bloat up a little bit because it's foreign to your body, and your body's like, wait, we don't eat these anymore. Why are they back? Okay, should I hold on to them? Should I hold on to these nutrients because my body is lacking the nutrients from, you know, vegetables and stuff like that? So let's just hold on to these in hopes that, you know, maybe we'll get some more, you know? So our bodies react differently because we've deprived them for so long of certain food groups. If you jump overnight 3 pounds, a salad is not going to make you gain 3 pounds. I'm sorry. You really have to take, I think each pound is like 5,000 calories. So unless in that one day you've eaten a surplus of 15,000 calories, there's no way in hell that you've gained 3 pounds. And I keep re-saying this, and I think it needs to be said one more time to scale. should not be the end all be all of your process, of your overall progress. And stop giving it so much power, because it really does nothing. If you're really truly looking for how your body's doing, how it's responding to workouts, if you are losing fat, losing inches, go get an in-body scan or a DEXA scan or something like that. Google them in your area and they can find a place. Those are the true indicators of success. A scale is nothing. Like I said, you could have 6 pounds of poop in your GI tract that you haven't been able to get out. You don't know. And you could be bloated. You could be getting your period. You could just, have an off day. I don't know. It could be later in the day. You could be swollen because it's hot outside. It's just, there's so many reasons for the scale to rise that you can't let it control you. And I feel like people put so much emphasis on body weight. Like they think like, somebody who's, 200 pounds has to be, severely obese, when somebody who's 200 pounds could be in very good shape. It just depends on their height, their genetic makeup. There's so much that goes into what a person looks like on with the amount of weight that they weigh. It's pointless. So I highly recommend you guys just let that go. But I really hope that those of you who are following these keto low carb lifestyles and you're really spending your money, your hard-earned money on these products because so-and-so says that they're good. And I've been guilty of this. I've been guilty of pushing keto products because they sponsored me. Yes. But the thing is though, is I also ate them and I also was gaining or not losing the weight too. So I can say this openly. Did I, take a major financial cutback by leaving the keto community? Absolutely, I did. But the thing is I had to say, hey, either work a little bit harder, spread your wings and just take this leap and put your health and yourself and your wellness first, or keep digging yourself deeper in this hole just to, stay, relative in a community that you're not successful in, and you also have to take that in consideration. This is a job for a lot of these people who are pushing these products, and what they show on their full days of eating necessarily aren't what they're eating, and there's a lot of people who have come out and said that, like, yeah, I'll do these full days of eating, but when I turn off the camera, I'm binging behind it. Like, there's a lot that goes on that people don't know about, and food addiction and overeating it's really a mental health crisis. I really believe that therapy and addressing food issues and the trauma that comes along with why you're addicted to these food items and why you use them as a crutch should be addressed. I feel like by me embracing therapy and really just pulling off these really stuck on bandages and just really ripping open these old wounds and addressing these issues has been the biggest amount of progress in my fitness journey than picking up a dumbbell, hitting a PR with a weight or tracking my macros. The biggest gain I have made in this journey is addressing why I chose food as a crutch and how to stop using it as so. And, if you find that that is your issue, please seek some help. And it's not to be embarrassed of. I feel like, especially if you're around my age or maybe a little bit older or younger, that was what we used. That was what it was. I mean, there wasn't such thing as mental health. And I mean, there was, but it wasn't addressed. And, food fixed everything. And we came from a generation of clear your plate and you're not leaving the table until you finish your food. And, oh, you're sad, let's go to McDonald's. It was a different world. And there was, food was just so bad. It was so much garbage in it. And no one thought about all the other things. So again, not saying that keto is bad, but I'm saying these gimmicks out there are, I'm sorry. And I say this ad nauseum at this point, but a lot of these people who are pushing these cheesy ooey gooeysness, unfortunately, if you need to lose weight, it's not easy, and you're gonna have to push away from the table, and you can't have the cheesy casseroles and everything just because they're keto-fied or whatever like that. I just feel like, and even if say you could have it, but that portion is gonna have to be pretty small. So, and opposed to having a cheesy ooey gooey casserole because keto with whatever is making it, or keto so-and-so says it's okay, or hey, and I know that, carbs have been villainized so much in our society. I remember when Atkins became popular, I think I was about in 7th grade, and I remember like an uncle of mine did it, and my mom's like, you should do that too. And like, she was cooking me pounds of bacon, and I was drinking Diet Pop, and that was it, and I'm like, Where was nutrition, you know? I mean, like, there's things like that that you have to think about because you need nutrients. You have to feed your body to keep it going, and you want to feed it really well because you are what you eat, right? So, I don't know. I feel like this video is going to I feel like this is going to be another one of those videos where people will be like, nah, and all the keyboard warriors are going to come for me. But you know, it is what it is. I just feel like if you guys were those who are, you know, going in on those SlimFast bars or keto cups or whatever, and you know, you've been gaining weight or seeing, hey, get on that class action lawsuit, guys. Try to get yourself some money. Even if it's $2. $2 is $2, you know? Let your voice be heard. Spread it. Hey, you know what? If you're gonna do keto, maybe don't eat those because that nutrition label is fraudulent. And that's the thing too, as unfortunate as it is, when things say less than 1 carb, it could be that it's like 0.9 or a carb, or like heavy whipping cream, heavy whipping cream 0 carbs. It is not 0 carbs. It's less than 1 carb, so the nutritional label isn't obligated to put 1. Okay, it's still like 0.9, so it's like 0.1 away from being a whole carb. And aside from that, if you're having 2 or 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream in your coffee, and you're having 3 or 4 cups of coffee, you're already knocking on 200, 300, 400 calories as it is just with your coffee in the morning. You haven't ate your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, nothing. So unless you are, you know, really just in you're eating in the surplus, but unless you're like, you know, literally, you know, just in the gym 8 hours a day, there's going to be no progress made. And I had to see that. I had to see that because let me tell you something. I preached keto like it was the gospel to anyone and everyone I knew. Literally, everyone and anyone I knew. Relatives, people at the grocery store. I mean, I was just like, it is going to change your life. It's going to be this magical revelation that you need it. And I was wrong. Because even though it is beneficial to some, such as someone, as my husband, as my father, they do follow a low carb lifestyle, it wasn't beneficial to me and to my mother and to my sister. You know what I mean? It wasn't beneficial to my kid. You know, it's meant for certain people, but for the rest of us, it'll work until it doesn't. And then you're going to have to figure it out all over again. So opposed to, you know, diet hopping, you know, why don't we just find something that's sustainable, you know, something that you could be consistent with, something that doesn't make you feel like if you go off a day that you're going to binge. You know, that's another thing that people say, oh, if I go off keto, I binge. You know, there's no need to binge because nothing's off limits. You can have whatever you want as long as it's in moderation, right? Because nothing is bad. There's no bad food, right? It's just moderation and moving your body. That's the key, right? That's what I'm doing. I eat everything I want. I can have a cookie, you know, every day if I wanted, but I choose not to because I like to have good nutrients in my body. But I still eat carbs. I'm up to like maybe, I don't know, like I'm anywhere from 150 to 200 carbs a day, you know, but some of the carbs, you know, some of the candies and stuff like that, the total carbs for a couple pieces of candy are like 60 total carbs. That's half of my carb count. So I don't eat them because it's not worth it. It's not going to hit the spot for me, you know? So you have to think about this in terms of currency, right? You want the most bang for your buck. So think about it that way. What's going to give you the most bang for your buck? And I can promise you this, if you are eating more of a balanced way of eating, it's going to be cheaper on the pocketbook. Because right now, with all the protein that people have to consume for a low carb lifestyle, aside from those people who need it, I feel like people are going to say that, aside from the people who need it, protein is expensive right now. I mean, everything, inflation, right? So, you know, you'll be able to save a few bucks because there are going to be times where you're going to be able to eat pasta. And that's cheap. Cheaper than like a steak, you know? But I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think? Are you guys surprised by this class action lawsuit? I am not. And there's going to be more. I feel like this is going to, this lawsuit came up in November and it's barely got a little bit more publicity within the last few days. So they're really trying to keep it hush hush. And SlimFast is like the OG, right? SlimFast has been around since I was a kid. I don't even know how long it was before I was even born. So this is like one of their first things that they're getting hit on is their keto products. It's only a matter of time before all of these companies with their keto products are about to get hit because it's misleading. They're giving out false, they're promising something that they can't deliver on, and these sugar alcohols and these, you know, it was just a lie. It's a gimmick. And unfortunately, they got people who were vulnerable to the gimmick because, you know, they see these people who are on this way of life and they're unable to, you know, kind of have all the other stuff that they're missing. And they're like, damn, I bet you really like Reese cups, right? You like them? Okay, here's a Reese cup, but it's keto. And you're gonna hit your fat on that and this and that. Just a gimmick. If you're gonna want a fat bomb, make it yourself. Save yourself some cash. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, friends.